I know that birth control really gets a bad rap because a lot of it, like the pill, has so many side effects. But remember, all medicines has side effects. And birth control still does a lot of good things for us women. We still need to remember that there is a lot of good things about contraceptions, and it still does empower women. Hey guys, I want to talk about my journey with different contraceptions. So different forms of birth control. When I was younger, I took the pill. So I took the pill when I was younger, about 16 to about 21 something, I don't know. For a lot of years actually I took the pill. And first day or the first 2 days I have menstruation. It's extremely painful. And sometimes I get a little pain before I even get my menstruation. Typically 1-2 weeks before I get my menstruation, I get a small amount of pain. So I know it's probably coming soon. And then when it comes, like, even if I take pain medicine like ibuprofen, I still end up lying in the fetal position on a sofa on a bed, and I'm not able to do anything. I can't even watch something on my phone because I'm in so much pain. And when I've taken pain medicine, I have so little energy back because having all the pain has taken so much energy. I still can't function. So it has been pretty hard for me. And still, while I was on the pill, I still got some pretty bad menstrual pain, but I still had a hard time functioning. It was not as bad as when I was not on the pill, though it helped a little, but not too much either. And I decided to quit this pill because I was vegan for a period, and I kind of learned about all the bad things that can kind of happen when you're on the pill. A couple of years I did not take the pill, and then I went to the doctor. I wanted to try the pill out again, but I had some weird side effects. Like, I felt like I had a small amount of pain all the time, and it was just weird, and the doctors couldn't explain the side effects. Instead, I did something I should never have done. You probably know that IUD is something that doctors really recommend. I really have a big fear of gynecologists because for me, it's just, I don't feel like you get treated by it. They do not take you seriously. And me, as myself, a sensitive person who easily feels discomfort and pain, just all around being at the gynecologist isn't all that fun. Especially if you're getting samples taken or something like that. And they're just like, cough while they take a piece of the meat of the inside of your body. It's really not nice. I think a lot of people probably have the fear of a dentist, but I really fear the gynecologist. It's so freaking uncomfortable. I hate it so much. I really don't like it. And then I had to pay for the IUD, and that was like, I think it was over 1,000 kroners. 1,000 kroners is around $140, so it's more than 1,000 Danish kroners, so more than $140. It was more than that. It's pretty dang expensive. It's really expensive. And even before I had to get it put in, I was so nervous and so afraid, and it just didn't feel right to me. It's like I didn't listen to myself because people really recommended IUD. So I didn't listen to myself. I took the pain medicine. I went down to the gynecologist. And then the horror started for me. Even though I had taken some ibuprofen before, it was so painful. It only lasted a short while, but it was extremely painful. So the painful part is for people who have not given birth yet, because your cervix is not used to opening up as much as it has to when you're getting IUD put in. And before she even did that, she poked me with a, like, the needle was so long, I'm not even kidding. The needle was this long. She poked me with this to give me some pain medicine. And just afterwards, I just felt like shit. And I continued to feel bad. I can't even explain it. it's not like it was extremely painful, it's just like my body felt wrong. I was just extremely uncomfortable. So luckily I had, I still have some sweet doctors, especially a female doctor, and she was all about helping me and listening to me. I said I really had a lot of discomfort. I think I've had the IUD in for about a week or a little under, when I just told her that I could not handle it. I was just in so much discomfort, and she listened to me, so I got a doctor's appointment that same day. I went down to her, and what I really think is shitty is that they had put the IUD in such a way that they had cut the string so short that my normal doctor could not take it out. So she had to call the gynecologist's office, and I had to go in there. I'm really trying not to cry, but I've had so many bad experiences with gynecologists. So many. But yeah, I went down there later that day. I had to go home and went down there later that day to the gynecologist. And she asked what I had to get done because apparently my doctor hadn't written what was supposed to be done. And I said I wanted to have this taken out because I felt bad with it. And she was kind of like, do you really mean that? Or really questioning if I really wanted to sing. I said yes. And actually she didn't really say the whole process. She didn't really talk me through what's going to happen. And she just kept being like really mad about my doctor not having written to her about what needed to be done. And she kind of put that anger on me. And I was so afraid because I remember how much it hurt getting that IUD up. It really hurt, guys. It didn't hurt for a long while, but it really hurt getting it put up there. And I was so afraid. And she did not say what was going to happen. And I remember she had the door open, and just the whole thing was really uncomfortable because I did not feel like I was taken seriously. She let the anger out on me, and it's not my fault. My doctor had not written why I needed to go to the gynecologist. And all this anger she was just putting out on me. And the door was open. I didn't feel like I had privacy. I didn't feel like she took me seriously. She didn't talk me through what was going to happen. And I just felt so uncomfortable through this whole thing. And the funny thing is, not long after this IUD had been taken out, I started feeling better. I really started feeling better. I've never felt as shitty on any contraception or birth control method as I did on the IUD. I'm just going to say the experience is very different for different people. And if it works for you, that's just great. I just had the most shitty experience ever. And we have 2 gynecologists in my city. And I'm so lucky that in Denmark, this is one of the things that is for free. Things like your family doctor is free. Some things you have to pay for, like if you're getting a document revolving around if you're able to drive or something like that, or you just have to get a document about your mental health that you have to send to someone else. Then you have to pay for things like that. You have to pay. Or if you're getting a vaccination because you're traveling somewhere, you also have to pay for that. But mostly it's free. And if you have to go to a gynecologist, it's also free. So I'm lucky there. And I know we have 2 gynecologists in my town. And I'm just hoping, for the sake of God, that the other gynecologist in my town is more empathic and more sweet and can handle that I have so many bad experiences with gynecologists and that I'm so afraid of them. Usually when I have been to the gynecologist, I come home crying because I don't know, but it's so uncomfortable. And the doctor's just like, it's just something they have to get over it, and they kind of downplay that you find it traumatic. I just say, it's not that bad that I have to pull this meat out of you. Oh my god, boy. You're not taken seriously. And I have never been met in like a really empathic way, like gynecologist. And I don't know why, it's just like you're met with this tone like you have to be really tough because you're a woman. this is just a thing all women has to do and it's not that hard. Well, I find it to be hard, and my fear would probably get a lot better if I was met in a nice, kind and empathic way by a gynecologist. But that has never happened for me, sadly. But yeah, going into the third contraception that I'm on right now, I finally found the one that works for me, guys. I'm so happy. It's the mini pill. It works so great for me. First of all, I've been on it for what, over half a year I think now. And in the beginning I did have a little spot bleeding, and I had what kind of reminded me of a period. I got more skin problems, more acne all over the body. But the really positive side is right now I do not have my menstruation. My pain level is very low compared to what it has been before. So all around, I just really like this contraception, this kind of birth control. The mini pill is just, it works wonders for me. I finally found around the right one for me. And the big one for me is, of course, I don't want kids. So of course, it's nice to have something that makes it so that it's harder for you to get pregnant. But it's also really nice having something that takes a big notch of your pain, so you don't have as much pain any longer. That's amazing, because I'm not kidding when I say I have had a lot of pain. And my pain had, when I had my normal period and was on the other pill and all that, it differed. Sometimes it was extremely painful, sometimes it was more manageable, but there was always a lot of pain. And I had to wake my boyfriend just in so much pain, like, can't you do something? But just because you don't know what to do, you're in so much pain and it feels so horrible, and just battling your eyes out because it hurts so much. And I will say I'm sensitive when it comes to pain, but that does not make my pain less valid than someone who can tolerate a lot of pain. So not being in this much pain and just having a little pain every now and then, that's manageable. I'm used to having pain because of my mental health. I often get things like shoulder pains or headaches, and that can really hurt. So I'm used to pain. I'm just glad I don't have as much pain as I did the first couple of days that I usually have my period on the mini pill. The mini pill has really been the right thing for me. And of course, all our bodies is different. So I think it's really important that we both share the good experiences and the bad experiences, because we will all have them and we're all different. I just think it's kind of dangerous when a contraception is held to be the best one, because people are different and it might work wonders for a lot of people, but for some people it might be like the worst contraception you've ever been on. And for me, the worst contraception was definitely the IUD. And as I said, on the pill I had some weird side effects, but on this mini pill everything's just nice. Actually, the only really downside is that I've gotten more acne, especially in the beginning, but I think it has gotten a little better now that I've been on it for a longer while. But I still have problems with acne, and I have always had problems with acne, but the first couple of months it really got worse. And then I got a medical acne cream and it just made my skin break out and I had rashes, so I had to stop using that. Yeah guys, this is just my story about contraception and what I have experienced with it, and maybe this can help someone out there in one way or another. Maybe it can give you some ideas about what contraceptions you can try yourself. And if you had the same experience as me, please comment it down below. I would love to hear your experiences with these different birth control methods. And if you have not had the same experience as me, please share it nonetheless. I'd love to hear what kind of contraceptions have helped you and what kind of contraceptions has been horrible for you and why. And I know that birth control really gets a bad rap because a lot of it, like the pill, has so many side effects. But remember, all medicines has side effects. And birth control still does a lot of good things for us women. Of course, it would be amazing if they made a birth control where there was less side effects, but we still need to remember that there is a lot of good things about contraceptions, and it still does empower women. So we need to look at everything with a balance, not go to any extremes. Extremes aren't good, guys. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I'll see you soon in another video. Bye, guys!